Tommy moved close to the snake, firing blasts of energy from his pistol. Claire watched as Hannah's older brother moved faster than what she thought was possible for a human. How is he able to move that fast? She said out loud. It's a mixture of his strength increasing and getting experience fighting monsters, Abby said behind her. Even if you didn't take in more energy, you'd be able to increase how quickly you move by learning how to be efficient with your movements. Hearing how it was due to experience, Claire looked again and saw that Tommy wasn't moving beyond what humans could do. Astrid and Frida were moving only slightly slower compared to Tommy. I wonder if it's due to Tommy getting trained in the military is the cause for the edge, she thought to herself. It made her then wonder if Abby could fight with such cold efficiency. When the snake snapped his head forward and tried to attack Tommy, he dodged to the side and leapt into the air and onto the head of the snake. Sticking the pistol into the bleeding eye of the snake, Tommy held on while firing multiple blasts. Despite being shot in the head, the monster was able to shake Tommy off its head drunkenly. Flying off the beast, Tommy hit the ground hard, sliding several feet on the moss. Looks like it's over, Abby said quietly. Not being able to take her eyes off the fight, Claire didn't ask what Abby had meant with her words, but it wasn't long before she understood the meaning. The group stood back with their weapons in hand. They stared at the snake that was moving about in a strange manner. It seemed to be acting like it had too many drinks at the bar. It's moving, Abby hissed and pulled Claire back behind her. What? Claire cried in alarm, not understanding what was happening as she was being dragged behind her sister. After Abby let go of her, Claire was able to see what was happening to cause her sister to become fearful. The bizarre and grotesque deer quickly moved towards where Tommy and the group was standing. She was about to yell out a warning when Abby placed a hand over her mouth. With her hand over Claire's mouth, Abby was silent. Claire didn't fight her sister and watched as the deer ran forward. It was a strange sight seeing the monster running on its hind legs, closing the distance between it and the other group. Claire worried that it would attack the others. Reaching the snake, the deer opened its mouth and cried out just as when it had first been seen. Having to hear the sound again, Claire squeezed her eyes closed and covered her ears. Abby removed her hand and did the same, covering both ears quickly. Even with her ears covered, it felt as though she were being swallowed into an accursed, eldritch world of nothingness. It was a battle to just retain her sanity. In the distance, Claire could hear a scream and was surprised that Abby would make such a sound. Eventually, Claire realized that the screaming was coming from her own mouth. Slowly, the screeching sound faded away and Claire's sanity began returning. But even with her regaining her senses, she could feel her body trembling violently in fear, not forgetting the events that had just transpired. It was until what felt like hours that Claire slowly opened her eyes. The red light illuminated the immediate surroundings of the forest. Looking around nervously, Claire realized that the monster had vanished and so did the snake. If it wasn't for the shivering and the occasional tremble, Claire would think they had imagined everything that had transpired. There was a sound of something collapsing. Peeking around Abby, Claire saw that Bill was on the ground with his eyes wide open and mouth agape, as if trying to scream but lacking the energy to do it. Abby breathed hard and reached out for Claire. "Are you okay?" she asked. Hearing her sister's voice, Claire blankly looked at Abby. "Claire, Are you okay? Abby asked,